The XRP community is on fire today after a tweet from Uphold reignited one of the boldest price conversations in the history of this token: the possibility of XRP reaching $1,000. Uphold, the largest exchange in the United States currently acting as a payments corridor for Ripple, posted a message that read, "Once again, XRP has reached $1,000. What's your next move?" At first glance, this may look like a recycled piece of marketing content. In fact, it was originally posted back in 2024. But what makes it fascinating is that Uphold decided to reshare it again on September 13th, 2025, precisely at a time when XRP is gaining strength, altcoins are heating up, and speculation about massive adoption is running at full speed. Why $1,000? Why not $10, $50, or even $100? That number was chosen deliberately, and it leaves the community wondering whether Uphold knows something the rest of us don't. Let's look at where we are now. XRP is trading at $3.12, with resistance forming around $3.26. The highest point of the day was $3.19, nearly $3.20, showing that buyers are testing the upper levels. Technical indicators from Quantify Crypto give XRP a score of 72, solidly bullish. Across all time frames from 5 minutes to 24 hours, XRP is flashing green. Capital is flowing in and momentum is strong. Meanwhile, the broader altcoin market has just reached a new all-time high in total market capitalization. Bitcoin dominance remains around 57% to 58%. Historically, once dominance falls below 50%, altcoin season begins in full force. In those cycles, XRP has been one of the strongest performers, breaking records in 2017 and again in 2021. The charts show that XRP is once again preparing for that kind of breakout, sitting at the same kind of pre-launch consolidation zone we've seen before. And this brings us back to Uphold's tweet. If XRP does enter another parabolic cycle during altcoin season, the upside potential is far greater than most people realize. This isn't just about price speculation. It's about structural changes in the global financial system that could drive unprecedented demand for XRP. Consider this. Arthur Brito, co-founder of Ripple, said back in 2013 that Ripple would eventually back the bond markets. Let's pause on that. The bond market is the largest financial market in the world, dwarfing equities and commodities. U.S. Treasury bonds alone represent tens of trillions of dollars in value. If Ripple and XRP are positioned to provide liquidity and settlement rails for bond markets through tokenization on the XRP ledger, the potential capital flows into XRP would be beyond anything we've seen so far in crypto. This isn't just theory. The U.S. government has already begun tokenizing treasuries, and Nasdaq has confirmed it will begin tokenizing equities. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is exploring tokenized ETFs. Every signal points to the same outcome. Traditional assets are moving onto blockchains. The question is which blockchains will be chosen. XRP Ledger has been specifically designed for this kind of high-value, cross-border, institutional-grade settlement. Now add Uphold's role into the picture. They aren't just another exchange. They serve as a payments corridor for Ripple, handling liquidity movements in the U.S. market. If anyone outside of Ripple's own leadership has insight into what's happening behind the scenes, it would be Uphold. So when they choose to post about XRP at $1,000, not $10, not $100, but $1,000, it sparks real debate. Of course, let's be clear, nothing is confirmed. This is not an official price forecast, nor a guarantee. But markets thrive on signals. And this signal came from one of the entities most closely connected to Ripple's real-world operations. Combine that with the technical picture of XRP at $3.12, strong inflows, and Bitcoin dominance nearing a critical breakdown level, and you have a setup that is hard to ignore. Think about the psychology here. If XRP truly broke past $100, the psychological barrier alone would trigger massive headlines worldwide. But at $1,000 per XRP, the conversation shifts entirely. We're talking about XRP as a global reserve settlement asset, powering not just cross-border payments, but also tokenized bonds, equities, derivatives, and possibly even central bank infrastructure. The question isn't whether Uphold's tweet confirms the future. The question is whether it reflects the vision Ripple has always held for XRP, to sit at the very core of global financial infrastructure. From that perspective, $1,000 may not be a meme or a dream. It could be a marker of what true adoption looks like when trillions of dollars in value begin moving across the XRP ledger. So here we are, XRP at $3.12 today, resistance at $3.26, Bitcoin dominance hovering at 57% to 58%, altcoin market cap at all-time highs, and Ripple making moves to prepare the network for global adoption. Uphold's tweet is not a confirmation, but it is a reminder that the vision for XRP has always been bigger than what the market currently reflects. And as altcoin season approaches, with ETFs launching, regulations tightening, and tokenization accelerating, the stage is being set for XRP to finally step into the role it was designed for.